What's up, Ragin Nation? How y'all doing? This is Alex. You watching Ragin Nation Show Transformers 4 Edition. This is just a web series where we're talking about all the things that matter to me for production of the 4th installment of the live-action Transformers film franchise directed by Michael Bay. This is update number 59, and before we start talking about the China filming, let's do a couple of shout-outs to some Ragin Nation members who are subscribed to me on YouTube, and that would be to NCXND Arjasud 209 Manic Gaming, Maddie Productions, CP Blue B6, Lawrence 863, Alex 30059, John Wolf, Mr. Lagugu, The Transcrafter, Thomas Popovich, EAGC7, and Trans Reviews. Thank you all for your views and subscriptions. I really appreciate all the support. Now let's give a little bit of an update on this imposter situation, and the imposter has been banned. Thank you all for your support. The Ragin Nation answered my call when I needed their help, and I really appreciate it because this whole imposter situation was just sad and it was lame and it's a complete waste of anybody's time, everybody's time. So just don't do it, okay? Like I said, you act like a jackass, you get treated like a jackass. So thank you very much for helping me out, guys, and hopefully this doesn't ever happen again. Now let's talk about the China filming. But before I talk about that, I just wanted to address something. Some people were mentioning that the rally car in the Hasbro toy list could be the Sonic RS, not the Rally Fighter. Now that is entirely possibly true. And, you know, it could be a Rally Fighter, it could be the Sonic RS. I just want to address why I didn't mention the Sonic RS. And the main reason why I didn't mention the Sonic RS as being that car is because I felt that the Sonic RS isn't going to transform. Now, it could transform as a toy. That could very well be the toy. The rally car in the Hasbro toy list could be the Sonic RS. But I personally don't believe that in the movie, it is going to transform. I don't think it's going to be an Autobot at all. Just because it's a toy doesn't mean it's going to be a Transformer in the movie. Now, they've done this many times before. Remember, there's a tow truck. There's a tow truck in Transformers, the 2007 movie, but they made a toy out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, the main reason why I don't think the Sonic RS is going to transform is that the character that Jack Rayner plays, he's a race car driver. He has to start off with some kind of car, and the Sonic RS looks like that kind of car. It looks like it's his custom car because you see a lot of modifications to it. You see all all the decals on it, all the logos and all that stuff, corporate sponsorship. And another thing is that it's got the name Shane on it. Okay, and this Sonic RS was shown at the 2013 SEMA Las Vegas show, along with Bumblebee and the Corvette. And the Sonic RS, I never noticed it before. It has the name Shane on it, and I highly doubt that an Autobot is going to put the name of the driver on its car. So that's why I don't believe that the Sonic RS is an Autobot in any way, shape, or form. Now, moving on, the production. Michael Bay and Co. have done some shooting over at the Great Wall, and that was a bit of a surprise to me. I didn't know that they were going to shoot in the Great Wall. I just thought that they were going to shoot at the Wulong Cars Geological Park and also Beijing, but apparently they're shooting at other locations, which included the Great Wall of China, which is awesome. I want to see what the Great Wall of China looks like under Michael Bay's lens. One thing that's really cool about this shoot, very interesting about this shoot rather, is that there are no actors in sight. No Mark Wahlberg, no Jack Rayner, no Nicola Peltz. So something tells me that he's shooting background plates for CG shots. Something tells me that there's going to be Autobot or Decepticon exposition scenes in this Great Wall sequence. Now, what a background plate is that? Now, what a background plate is? It's just a filming, the filming of the background. And your camera moves a little bit. Maybe the camera doesn't move at all. It stays stationary. And what they do is that they film it so that they can put CG elements on it later. I have a feeling that there's going to be Decepticons talking at the Great Wall of China. And that's going to be really, really sweet. I didn't notice that they did any pyrotechnics there. Most likely they weren't allowed to do pyrotechnics. just because the Great Wall is, you know, a part of Chinese heritage and culture and history. You're not going to do anything to blow it up, okay? Or even damage it in any way. So therefore, I think that Michael Bay is just out to grab background plates, and we're going to see the Great Wall of China with Decepticons hovering around it or standing around it. So very, very cool stuff, okay? I mean, you're not going to shoot in China and not shoot. You're not going to shoot in China and not shoot the Great Wall of China. It just got to be done, okay? And with Michael Bay's, you know, with Michael Bay's resources, he can make it happen. So that's really, really cool. It must be cold over there because you see them wearing, like, you know, thick jackets and stuff, especially over in Tianjin. Tianjin is China's 4th or 5th biggest major city. And they were shooting there. You got Stanley Tucci and Li Bingbing shooting over there at the Tianjin Grand Theater. All right, and this building is grand. It is fantastic. It was just awesome. Look at the sheer awesomeness of this building. There's not a whole lot of people around, and I think that's really cool. It's a very different shoot from the Hong Kong shoot. As you can tell, these are two very different locations, Hong Kong and China. Hong Kong is just filled with people and cars and just business bustling everywhere. Over in China, they're able to film without the you know, people all over the place. And filming at this location looks awesome. Doesn't look like there are going to be any robot scenes going on. It looks like it's just some scenes of exposition with Li Bingbing, Stanley Tucci. Li Bingbing rolls up in a Rolls-Royce Phantom, which looks absolutely awesome. Most likely not going to transform. It's just an opportunity for Rolls-Royce to get their car in here because it's a 2-hour-long car commercial. But this building is freaking awesome. Okay, I don't know what they're going to do there, but very, very cool stuff. Now, Bumblebee made his way over to Beijing in the Pangu Plaza. And the Pangu Plaza is quite an awesome piece of architecture. Now, what's very interesting is that there was no sign of any of the Autobots. There's no sign of any photographic coverage of anything that was shot in Beijing at all. Okay, they did not. I always thought that they were going to do some pyrotechnics, right? But they probably shot it all. They probably shot all the pyrotechnics, but we didn't get to see any of that. There's no photo coverage of it. And which is very interesting because I always thought that the main showdown is going to take place in Beijing, and nobody can really. I mean, how do you avoid that? How do you avoid getting photographic coverage from that? Because like Beijing is such it's the capital of China, and it's just a place where there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people everywhere. They were supposed to film at the Water Cube and also the Bird's Nest. But so far, no photographic evidence of that taking place. So maybe they just got their shooting and done very quickly, because you know Michael Bay's shooting style. He shoots really, really fast, and he gets things done. Speaking of getting things done, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. Michael Bay and co., the film crew, the production, everybody's all coming home. All right. I think some of the actors were already home because it didn't look like they had any scenes in China at all. So looks like everybody's coming home, and that's it. That's a wrap. The filming, principal photography is all done. Now that doesn't mean that they don't have that they're done. Now that doesn't mean that they're done with possible reshoots or second unit shooting. But at the end of all this, principal photography is done. They're done with Hong Kong. They're done with China. They can fly back home to the United States, and that's a wrap. So what's next? Toys. Okay, we got toys that are probably going to get leaked. We're going to probably get concept art later on. We're going to get an official announcement from Michael Bay himself for, like, you know, future characters and robot modes. We're also going to get trailers. Of course, the first teaser trailer, which comes out in 2 months from now. We're going to get a lot of really cool stuff. This part of this part of the process is going to get even more exciting because we're going to start getting some reveals. So it's very, very cool stuff. I'm just very curious about the whole Beijing shoot. It happened very quickly. It was more efficient than Hong Kong, okay? I think it had a lot to do with the fact that there was just fewer people and it was a more controlled environment. I mean, look at the Grand Theater at Tianjin. There's nobody there, right? But I'm just curious to know what's going on because none of the Hollywood actors, Mark Wahlberg, Jack Rayner, or Nicola Peltz, were anywhere in sight. Li Bingbing and Stanley Tucci were there, but other than that, it's very curious to know what's going on in China. This really adds for a very unique story dynamic. All right, but other than that, that's all I gotta say. We're wrapped up. Now, the only thing I'm very curious about, the number one thing I'm very curious about the filming of Transformers 4 is how are all these cars, these supercars going to fall into place. I'm very curious about that. I'm no longer curious about the identity of the vehicles. I'm curious about all these different vehicles and what role they play as Stunticons and Decepticons. Very interesting stuff. That's all I gotta say in this video. If you guys don't already know, there's a Facebook photo contest going on right now as we speak. Hit the like button on any of the photos that you like. The photo album is on the description box below. Check that out and help some people win some prizes. We're gonna have some more contests going on later on. But I want to ask you guys a question that's not entirely related to the production. I want to get to know you guys, my subscribers, my followers, my fans of the Ragin Nation. I want to know 3 questions. Excuse me, gas. Okay. Number 1, where are you from? Okay, where are you from is the first question. Second question is, what do you do? What is your job? Okay, if you're a student, say that you're a student. If you're a moon shuttle conductor, say you're a moon shuttle conductor. If you're a bricklayer, say that. Okay. And the third question is, what Transformers series got you started? I know a lot of people are gonna say Generation 1. There's also a lot of people who are gonna say animated or Prime. There's also other people who are gonna say Transformers live action movies. But let me know in the comment section below. Where are you from? What is your job, and what Transformers series got you started in being a fan of Transformers? Let me know in the comments section below. I'll let you know the answers to that question. I am from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and my job is a video producer, and I got into Transformers in G1. I grew up in the 80s, all right? And there you have it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @Ragin Nation. Stay tuned for update 60. We're going to have some really cool news to tell for you guys, all right? I'll see you next time. My name is Alex. Peace out. Of him, but at least this version is a little different. He's going to have a different looking robot mode, more alien-like, more Cybertronian-like, and he's going to be a new version of the Camaro, an up